Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. And Happy New Year's Eve to all. I wanted to start off by thanking all of you guys for making it in on a Monday. You know, some of these other lazy people didn't show up today because, hey, it's New Year's Eve, but we're showing up. But I wanted to start off by introducing myself for those of you guys that are joining us for the first time. My name is Lauro Herrera, and I'm proud to call myself a final expense insurance agent for the last 15 years. And as I was telling you guys over the last few days, we are going to have a really, really special guest on here today. And, you know, we always want to bring value to the industry of final expense guys. And it's one of those opportunities that changed my life 15 years ago. You know, didn't go to college, didn't even make it through high school, but final expense was, you know, that one thing that I was able to do right that has been able to help my family over all these years, and the good and the bad, that's been the common denominator. And not only has this person, you know, gave me that opportunity many years ago, you know, but this person alongside his father mentored me in the most crucial part when we need that mentoring, when you get started. And nowadays, what you guys see in the marketplace is everybody's out there recruiting everybody, but no one gives a damn if someone's feeding their family. And I'll tell you what, J.R. Berrigan, not only is he the only guy that I know in the USA that sells only final expense and earns 8 figures a year, but also he's running the nation's #1 final expense agency, guys. The nation's #1 final expense agency, selling exclusively for none other than the #1 final expense carrier, which is Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company. Think about that. 8 figures a year, only selling final expense. He's never messed with annuities, term, nothing. Just final expense. And he's #1 in 16 states, and he's #1 nationwide. Let that sink in. You hear people on social media, people throw that, you know, throw #1 like it's nothing. But no one shows production numbers. JR, he shows numbers. He shows what they're doing. You see these other groups that are doing 100 mil, 150 mil a year, but they're hiding behind annuities, they're hiding behind mortgage protection, they're hiding about everything else, and they bundle it all up as they're a final expense agency, and that's not the case. That said, JR, welcome, brother, to this call today, man. It's huge to have you on here because of the amount of value that you bring to us, that you brought to my family, to our group, and I just want people to listen in to the true #1 player doing it right. So with that said, guys, I want to introduce you, my friend, J.R. Berrigan.
How you doing, Lauro?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good. So, Ray.
Yeah, he's bad.
So, Ray, we got some questions for you. And here's the first question we have, and we're here.
Hold on, Lauro. So
okay.
Let me tell everyone this first. We are an insurance agency for the Memorial, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we write final expense for Lincoln Heritage, but we can choose any company we want, right?
Right.
So as long as you choose a great carrier, it doesn't matter who it is, as long as that carrier is a great carrier.
Right,
and
right.
It could be Senior Life, it could be IA, it could be whoever you choose. You're going to make them your primary carrier, yeah?
Right.
I just want to...
And that's really what you've done. You know, you took Lincoln and you guys flourished with it, and all of us benefited from it in a major way. But here's the first question for you, Ray. With you running the nation's #1 final expense agency, okay, in total annualized premium, and a lot of guys on here, we're trying to build a group, we're insurance just building a block of business, but how have you prioritized your most important task as an agency owner?
So the most important task is just work, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Every single day, we can all sit back and say we're not going to do much. We don't want to do much. We're tired. We want to go spend time here with our family. We want to go to movies. We want to pick our kids up. We want to do all kinds of stuff, right?
Right.
But if you just pick up that phone and call somebody, you're going to make money that day. That's the hardest part of our business, is actually going out and work, right? The hardest part. And if we just go out and work and make that our number one priority, then we'll make money.
That's right. And, you know, it's so funny because that has always been something you've always said over the years. In fact, your dad would always say, the hardest thing about this business is working. He would always say that. It's funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Because we get caught up.
You can sit home and watch football, college football, NFL football, baseball games, you know. We can go pick up our kids at 3 o'clock. We can go drop them off. If we would just spend a couple more hours of work, you know, of actual working, then we'd just make a whole different ball game, you know. That's very important.
Right. And, you know, I expected you to say that. And a lot of people these days, they're so caught up in everything else except what makes us the money, and that's going, working, and selling. That's the number one thing. The number one thing that we do is sell burial insurance.
Yeah, you know, it's funny to say that, Lauro, because when I was out in the field, I tell myself, I said, you know what? Anytime I feel sorry for myself because I wasn't making any money, that's because I wasn't working. And I said, the first house I'd go out to, I'd sell it, or maybe the second house, and then I'd tell myself, damn, all I have to do is go out and work. All I have to do is go out and work, because people aren't going to come to me. I've got to go to see people in order to work, in order to make money. You know, I can't sit at my house and wait for my phone to ring, or for someone to call me up or tell me, hey, I want insurance. I have to go find those people. That was the hardest part for a lot of people.
You know, I remember that, you shared with me that story of that family, the Hmong family that you sold. I think it was in this time of the year, wasn't it, in Christmas time?
Just before Christmas time. Yeah.
And why don't you share that story with all of us?
Okay, so,
one house can change the game.
Yeah, so I'm struggling. It's in December, because we're all struggling in December, right? It's called survival month, right? We're all surviving, trying to survive. About $100 to my name. $100 to my name to buy Christmas presents for my kids and my family, right? I take my kids on an appointment with me to Merced, California. I walk into a Hmong family because she called me up earlier and said I have a few families to insure. I walked in there, she has 5 people sitting there, and I've seen a group presentation. After I was done with it, they called me. She looked at me, she says, okay. She goes, we'll all take it. I said, all of you? She said, yes. She said, all of you want it, right? Yes. So I walked out of there with almost $7,000 of annualized premium. So I went from having $100 for Christmas to about $5,000. Overnight.
Wow. Overnight. Once again, you went out and put it down, man. You worked. You know, that's such a great story.
Yeah, I was starving that month. It was just, you know, it's the Christmas month. I was just trying to survive, and I walked right in.
Crazy. Here's another question for you, JR. What's the most valuable advice that you received early on in your career that helped your career in the long run? What was it? Early on.
Early on, I would always try to reinvent the wheel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would always think something's got to be better. This has to be easier. You know, the leads have to be cheaper. This has to be that way. Instead of just following the system that I didn't know that worked until I actually did it. I took the current system that me and you use to this day and just worked it.
Right.
I mean, you're trained on the same system. It's nothing.
Right.
Different.
Absolutely. So this is leading from the front.
Yeah.
Leading from the front. That's the system.
Yeah, it's the exact same system that we run, that every one of the agents run. We just, you know, run it harder, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Very hard, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I have a lot of new people come in and a lot of managers that say, hey, let me try this, let me do this. I said, yeah, no problem, try it. I know it's not going to work, but you can try it.
Right. And you know what? That's definitely something I've always liked about your family and you, is that you guys are players and you guys are team players. You let your teammates contribute to the ideas of the company, from marketing to sales, but you've been there and done it, and that's definitely something to learn from. Here's another question for you, JR. What would you say to someone, okay, right now? Well, this is the last day of 2018. We're about to start 2019. Everybody's busting out their New Year's resolutions only to break them within a week.
Yeah.
But what would you say to someone who's struggling and questioning whether or not to keep going with their final expense business, being that, we can both agree this is one of the greatest business in the country?
So when we're in the final expense business, it's like riding a wave, yeah? So sometimes you're going to have a wave, you catch that wave and ride it to the end, right? This is part of monthly sales. If you're on a roll, stay on that roll and don't get off until the wave is finished. Give me an example. The one time I went out and I sold 18 policies in a row, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm the greatest salesman in the world, right? There's no one better than me, right?
Right.
I just sold 18 in a row. So then I sat back
Right.
and I didn't work for 2 weeks. So I sold 18 in a row. So I got to work every day. Then after the 2 weeks goes by, I said, I'm going to go outside and sell. Then I went and worked 35 straight leads and didn't sell one.
Wow.
Didn't sell one, and I said, wow, why is this? So I went back and I analyzed, what did I do wrong? I should have stayed on that wave and just worked it out, right? I should have kept working that 18 leads that I sold. I should have worked those 35 that I didn't sell. And that was so important. But I went 35 leads without selling one lead at all. This business is an up and down business, but it's so profitable. So once you become a good agent is writing 10,000 premium a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you stay steady at 15,000, and then all of a sudden the 20,000 annualized becomes natural because of your customer base, yeah? Then
right.
People will call you and say, hey, I want to upgrade, hey, I want to do this. That's the easy part. If you're a $20,000 a month agent, you're a great agent. Everyone wants you.
Right. Yeah, that's the truth.
My advice
So it's keeping that momentum. Is that what you're saying? Not keeping the momentum.
Just keeping going. I mean,
and guys, listen to this man here. 8-figure a year earner, one product, and listen to how simple he's breaking this down. Work every day and keep the momentum.
And that's it. I mean, just stay with the flow. There's nothing to reinvent. I'm 54 years old this year. Yeah, 54. And I've been doing this for 33 years, right? 33 years. Here's my thing. When people tell me, man, I wish I would have started this earlier, which isn't the truth. The first 20 years of final expense business was learning and growing and trying to figure out how to get all the bad stuff, right?
Right.
But in reality, the last 13 years, they have been the best years. The 13 years, because that's when we're growing. That's where we expand.
Yeah. It's crazy, huh? I know you said that in the past, right? That some people say, "Oh, I wish I would have done it 30 years ago." Like
the truth is,
you were building it.
Yeah, the truth is that I was lazy until I was 35 years old. I was a lazy agent, and then I said, "Man, I got to change things around. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it hard."
That's crazy.
It took me till I was 35 years old, and people say, well, you've been doing this, you've been doing that. I've been doing this hard for 13 years, yeah?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, crazy. Wow. Well, I know, JR, you have a massive field organization, and one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about Golden Memorial and what you guys offer a field agent is direct mail and a true consistent lead supply. And sometimes people get caught up in these massive contracts and they get away from what makes the business work. You got to have consistent leads, and you're the only group that I know in the nation that gives the agent a fixed price on their lead and gives them consistent. I know for a fact Lincoln Heritage takes a massive loss on direct mail, but they do that to provide that consistency to a field organization. Because of that reason, I believe is one of the big contributors of why you guys have so much success, because not many other people can do that, Ray. I couldn't. I walked away from Senior Life because I couldn't afford direct mail. I couldn't afford to take the losses. Simple as that. And there's no shame in the game. But you guys have really mastered it. So for anybody that wants to join Golden Memorial, okay, where can they call?
They can call my office anytime.
Okay, you want to share that number?
Yeah, I don't mind. 559-665-4189.
So for all of you guys out there that are in the field, this is the group that you want to talk to because they provide leads. And this is a lead-driven business. If you don't have a lead, then you got no business. It's leads, 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 leads. And a lot of people out there hate leads. They want to do an MLM structure, but, I'm not knocking that structure, but the lead-driven business has really made it so that I can make money, Ray can make money, and a bunch of other people. But it's not as easy as people think. So if you're listening in, guys, if you're listening in, yes, sir.
I wouldn't have a business if I didn't have leads.
Absolutely. And then having consistent leads. Having consistent leads. And in California, Texas, and the states that you are in are the biggest states, populated states, and you guys offer a solution in terms of marketing that I believe nobody out in the marketplace can, JR. That's a fact. Because it's hit and miss with these guys. What good is it to have a 180 million% contract if you're pinching pennies to get direct mail every week? That's not fun. And, I'd rather take a smaller contract and have direct mail every single week, and I have to worry about the nightmare of losing money on that side of things. And I think a lot of people don't recognize that, and I just wanted to put that out there because it needs to be said, especially for those guys out in the marketplace that, are in the field right now knocking on doors. I think Golden Memorial will definitely be a good avenue for any of you guys out there. Well, JR, look, man, I truly thank you for making the time today to share with us your wisdom. We're on this path together, as I always say, and Final Expenses changed my life, and I thank you and your family for helping me, and I'm forever grateful. So with that said, I do want to remind to all of my YouTube subscribers, guys, come this January 15th, we're going to be raffling off a headset, Logitech G900, and $250 to Best Buy. YouTube has been a great avenue for us to reach people that, want to come and learn more about what it is that we do. So for all of my subscribers, we're throwing you into the mix. If you send us a recruit for what it is that we do, we're going to throw your name into the mix as well. So with that said, Ray, thank you very much.
Let me
Happy.
say something.
Yes, sir.
Lauro, I like to close it out by saying Lauro is a winner in the file expense business. Everyone knows who Lauro is. He's a great man. He's honest. He's always been up front. He's a great family friend. We just choose to go on different paths in our lives. And
that's right.
Lauro's on the right path. And I want to let people know that Lauro's helped me so much in my business and it's helped Golden Memorial be who we are today. And a lot is because of Lauro. And I'd like to say thanks again, Lauro, to my family.
Man, it's a pleasure for me, brother, honestly. I'm very grateful, and thank you for that. So, guys, you guys have a happy New Year's Eve. Come January 1st, we're going to put it down. And this is not going to be the last time Ray joins us on our little meeting here. I'm sure we're going to have him again sometime after Q1. We get some production under our belt, right? So you guys have a blessed day. And JR, thank you very much, sir.